Hi, my name is Haleigh Vargo, and I'm going to be taking you guys on a little journey to Yumurtalik Lagoon National Park within the country of Turkey. Not only is this site a huge ecological important site within Turkey, but I also used to live around an hour and a half away within the city of Adana. So I was able to visit this area growing up and have experience within the national park and really love this area, and I'm happy that I get to share it with you guys. Yumurtalik Lagoon National Park is categorized as a Ramsar site within the Turkish government. It is right at this pivotal point in the Mediterranean along the Cyan River, right near Syria and right near the city of Adana. Unfortunately, an IUCN category has not been established for this protected area just yet, but hopefully within recent years, it will be brought up to more attention and really be shown across the worldwide stage of protected areas. However, based off of research, I would say that this site would be categorized as a national park. It is a national park recognized site within Turkey. However, I feel as though a national park would fit the parameters of what the site represents and the bylaws that have been established within it. Yumurtalik is such a cool area because the historical and cultural sites are really rooted in and helped establish the national park. The old name of Yumurtalik, established by the Romans, was Ias, and first the site was founded by the Macedonians. Yumurtalik began as a small fishing community right on the national park in the lagoons. It offered this food source to the local populations and quickly moved up from a small fishing community to a trading center at this corner of the Mediterranean. From a trading center, it then became known as an artistic center for the Mediterranean world, and a lot of architecture and a lot of historical sites and historical artifacts have been found within the area. In 1500 BCE, the Hittite kingdom originally had founded this area, and there's a bunch of different artifacts that have been founded. And after that, so much history has gone into and looking at how the Mongol occupation and Roman empires really played a key role in establishing this small artistic trading center into a port city that was one of the largest in the Mediterranean at one point. After the Mongol occupation, which they don't have an exact date, but quickly after, the Roman Empire took over, and then the Byzantine Empire, and then the Armenians had a very long stronghold within the area. It is now within the Turkish government and located within Turkey. The establishment of the national park itself was first created in 2005. Over thousands of years, it was seen as a protected area and seen as a site that was really sacred and used as a food source. So people were really strict about, who could use it. However, in 2005, it was truly ramified as a Ramsar site. However, the Turkish government quickly realized that a Ramsar site really didn't offer the same protections as a national park did under their laws. So in 2008, Yumurtalik National Park was created within Turkey. Yumurtalik National Park, all of their information was founded and is still being run by the Ministry of Environment and Forestry within the Turkish government. And they really have tried to create this site to be much larger than it is right now, but the management is not only for this park, but for the sites all across Turkey. So it's been really hard to focus on Yumurtalik when so many other areas have so many other issues as well. The establishment and management of Yumurtalik National Park is, of course, funded by the Ministry of Forest and Water. And their protection and rehabilitation of the habitats has been crucial, especially to some of the endemic species that are in the area. There is also a fish hatchery, and the fish biodiversity is one of the largest within Turkey. And there are many endemic bird species to the area, as well as turtle hatching sites that have been really important within the past 20 years. And the Haleigh Pinery, which is along this ridge with all of those numbered dots, is really where all of these biodiversity points are that they are trying to zone out to be protected and really be focused on for conservation goals. Some threats to Yumurtalik National Park as of 2021 and in recent years has been the rising salinity within the water in the area. This is caused by the Sayan River Dam and water redirection to not only Adana, which is one of the biggest Turkish cities, but some of the smaller towns and villages that need water sources that simply don't have enough to support their growing populations. So of course it's being drawn in by this freshwater river source, which is cutting it off from the lagoon, leading to higher salinity levels and has caused a massive drop-off of the fish growth rate and their lives. And of course, some indirect threats to the rising salinity are the dams and water redirection, but the cause of this really is the growing population within Turkey and the rapid water use in the region. The region has seen a lot of political strife within the area, especially since it is on the border of Syria. So that has also played a key role in stopping some of the funding from rising, like stopping the salinity levels. And it's really been a problem that was addressed within 2009, but has even become more spearheaded in 2021. So first off, the Sayan River Dam was established to be a hydroelectric power source for the city of Adana. Adana has really boomed with its population, and living there, I can tell you, there is just new infrastructure coming up every single day. The Sayan River Dam essentially cut out from all of these gorges and all of these natural canyons where the river flowed, and has made it really hard for water to trickle down to Yumurtalik where it had for thousands of years ago, just because Adana and so many of these cities need that water redirection to support growing populations, and more recently, refugee camps where they need water. And here is an aerial view of the dam, and you can see just how large it is and just how much of an ecological impact that would be, as well as the money that was put in to build the dams that was taken away from other more important environmental issues within Turkey. Some efforts to save the lagoon were really spearheaded by the SGP organization. They actually gave a grant to Yumurtalik for over 400,000 USD dollars. In 2009, they funded the project of the reconstruction of different lagoon areas as pictured, and they really wanted to help establish some of these banks and some of these already formed freshwater channels to make it so that more fresh water was coming in to mix with the water from the Mediterranean. And this had a huge impact. It was seen as really successful, and so successful that they had some of the largest turtle hatching numbers they had seen in decades. And you can actually see some of the planning tools that they established to help this grow was they put out different zoning sites so that people couldn't get on the land and so that they didn't interfere with some of the biodiversity. There also was a lot of regulation that was put into these areas, which unfortunately met a lot of pushback. So although there weren't evictions on the site, there was regulation towards those who could fish on the area and who could actually go within some of these smaller areas that they really didn't want people interfering with. They also do annual and biannual testing within the area that has been really important to establish a baseline for the salinity levels, so they know that if there is a rising level, they know they need to redirect some water towards it, or they need to look at different sources and see why there is a rising level. So in conclusion, not only has the planning been successful, it's also seen one of the biggest ecological and conservation efforts within Turkey. The pinery, the Haleigh pinery, has seen a wealth of new bird species that have moved into the area and more turtle hatching, as well as a larger fish life improvement. And there's still so much more to be done. Arizona State University actually helps spearhead some of these projects, and they do annual testing within the area. But they say although a lot of the salinity problems were corrected and were studied in 2009, there's still so much to do, and it really is an issue that needs to be addressed overall. But overall, management has been really, really helpful and has really allowed people to move within this cultural and historical site, not only understanding past significance, but also looking at the biodiversity and environmental implications of the area. So in conclusion, this site is not only important to Turkey for its cultural and historical significance, but it was established as a protected area to protect the massive wildlife and the wonderful lagoon system that extends into Syria, and it allows multiple people to visit it each year.